Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new to the channel, hi, my name's Vic. If you are not new to the channel, welcome back to Vic's Literary Lark. This is essentially a cozy nest, a cozy little space for readers and writers alike. I am really excited to be recording this video. It's going to be my first monthly wrap-up slash upcoming TBR. Last month was very hectic for me. I'm finishing the process of moving right now. As you can see from my first couple of videos, this is a different background, and I think I've even talked about it. I'm in my new office. It's a little bit bigger than my last office, and I feel like I actually have a lot of room to do what I want, so I'm really excited. It was really chaotic, so I didn't really read a lot last month. I've read up to 6 books, which I don't think there's no competition, right? I could read 1 book and that's a win. I could read 20 books and that's a win. Incorporating reading in any part of your life is just so important to me. And personally, I do love a good audiobook, but even that wasn't able to really capture my attention a lot last month. So I only read 6 books last month, and we're gonna start off with that before I even touch my July TBR. So let's go ahead and talk about the ones I physically have copies of. Also, if you hear anything, my 6-month-old puppy is right beside me, and he is just going to town on his bone, just keeping him active while I'm doing this. Okay, so I have three of the physical copies of the books that I read. Now, I love a good audiobook. I feel like it's a great way to incorporate reading when you're really busy. And again, sometimes even audiobooks can't captivate you the way you want them. Like sometimes you just get lost in your head a lot. Being able to listen to an audiobook helps you continue to read the books while maybe you want to clean and you still like, but I want to read my book, you know? Let's start with the Unhoneymooners. So this one, so I did like this one. When it came to star rating, I gave it about, I want to say I gave it a 4.3, but like a 4, I think, when it comes to just like straight stars. I gave it about 4 to 4.3 stars, but I'm going into why I went that rating and how it made me feel and everything. So I did enjoy this. When it came to the pacing, like sometimes it would feel like, oh yeah, this is moving pretty fast, but then it kind of got slow, and that kind of irked me a little bit. But talking positively, it felt like this could be turned into a movie, and I feel like I saw somewhere that it is being turned into a movie. I could be mistaken, but this definitely reads like I'm watching like a fun summer rom-com movie. How much fun would that be to watch this? Like, oh my gosh. So it was good. I liked our main characters. They were all right. I will say I love the diversity. I love that we had a Latina main character, a main female character, and that we got to see her and her family and how they interact. A little bit of cultural representation in there too. I don't think it's not heavy on the cultural representation, but like you get like the everyday, like the slice of life cultural representation, if that makes sense. Our main guy, I think he was cool. He was cool, he was fine. You know, when it comes to this book, like it was definitely rivals. You could say enemies to lovers, but like they weren't really enemies to lovers. It was like rivals to lovers. There was some miscommunication that happened, of course. We had a little bit of that fake dating, fake marriage trope happening. And there was even the one bed trope happening. But it's so funny because I will say when I started the book, I was 100% intrigued because we had a situation happen to where they're going on this honeymoon and they have to fake being married. And the main character gets put into a situation where she has to lie to people who are back in her like current life, but at the same time they have to lie to the resort in order to stay on this honeymoon. So because like, you know, apparently it'd be like, you know, fraud. What? So it was really complex seeing that. I did think it was very interesting that the main story wasn't just taking place during the honeymoon. We got to see how everything kind of unravels back in their real life. And oh my gosh, so like when we got to the really climatic part, and I'm doing my best not to give spoilers, even though I want to say it. When we got to the really climatic part, I was very intrigued how we were all going to play out, because I'm not going to lie, our main character, I didn't even say their names. We got Ethan, Ethan and Olive. is trying to do right by Ethan, and you know, because of course they do get together. Spoiler alert. And she's trying to do right by him in a certain situation, but by doing right by him, she does wrong by somebody else. And even when she tries to do right by that somebody else, it still kind of backfires her. And so that made me furious. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? And that really hit the petty side of me. So I was just like, this is messed up. I want to ride. I want to ride and fight. But then something just clicks in this person's head. And then the way they get vindication, they get their just desserts. Oh, when I say that push, because at first I was gonna give it like a 3.8 because I'm just like, it was feeling nice, it was feeling cute, but it was giving predictable. It was giving, I'm pissed because of the situation. But then when we get to the part where she gets to take that vindication, it's like, maybe that was a little predictable. Like I don't even think so, because the way it was written out, oh, it was so good. I was like, oh, tell me more. If you have read this book and you know what I'm talking about, please leave that down below, because when I tell you that was so, I was like, it was so well deserved. It made me feel seen. You know, I will say it had like a very realistic timeline, because after everything still kind of crash or burn, our main female character still finds herself, and she ends up in a better place than she was at the beginning. So I was really happy about that. Long story short, so regardless, with all those complex feelings, I did really enjoy this. I would definitely recommend it. Again, give it like a 4 to 4.3. Just, I think it depends on the type of person that you are to would extend it higher. It wasn't a 5-star for me, but I did enjoy it, and I am glad I have it physically, because I like, if I have a friend I want to let it borrow, like, here you go, you can borrow it. I love it. So okay, next on the list, we've got The Expiration Dates by Rebecca Serle. I got this in a blind date with a book that I got from a coffee shop in Florida. When I tell you, the premise of this was so intriguing to me. Like, she gets these little pieces of paper throughout her life telling her how long she's gonna be with like a significant other or a fling, a one-night stand, obviously. So she gets these pieces of papers, and she knows what's happening, essentially. And so again, without giving too much away, it obviously helps her decide on how to kind of live her life. I think what I love about a point that was made is it helps her live in a moment. Helps her live in a moment a bit more, but then she's not really thinking about the future. I will say though, when you get to the middle of the book, something is revealed, and I guess you could say this is like a plot twist. It's like a heavy plot twist. I was not really prepared for it. I wasn't prepared for us to have to kind of be thrown into an additional kind of set of stakes. And I don't know, I feel like I wish it was brought on a little bit earlier, just a smidge. That's just my opinion. Overall though, I think this was so beautifully written. I think it was very lyrical. Like it didn't give like a bunch of like, oh, TikTok and like a young way of phrasing, but like it was still very current and contemporary. Granted, I believe she's in her 30s, so that also makes sense. At the same time, it's just like, I feel like a lot of writing nowadays, they cater to the younger audience, which is fine, but I feel like there's a way to still be very lyrical and current. To me, Ali Hazelwood, she's one of my tops. I think she leans more towards like younger phrasing, but in my opinion, she still has such a great way with words. Anyways, not the point. Love Ali. We ride for her as well. As much as I thought the ending was sweet for this one, I was also like hoping that we would get a little bit of an explanation for the build up to it. Like, it was predictable, don't get me wrong. We all knew who she was kind of going to end up with. Like, I'm going to say towards the middle of the book, we started getting a lot of indicators like, oh yeah, she's probably going to end up with him, which was kind of upsetting because I was hoping for somebody else, just for a little fresh take. But she ends up with that certain person, and even though we know it's coming, I wish there was a key scene where we see them get together. Like, okay, let's go on a date. Let's do the thing. I love the timeline of everything. I feel like it was, time-wise, it was very well written. Like, it's a very natural progression. It didn't feel like anything was rushed. Like, of course, in a story, everything's moving for us, but like her life is moving like at a regular time frame. So I thought that was really well. We do go back in like to the past because, of course, we're seeing the significance of these little pieces of papers and we're seeing how it's affected her life. So I thought that was also really well written. So this gets a 3.75 for me because even though I did love the writing and I thought it was good, I do think the ending was just like a little bit lackluster. Like, I feel like, yeah, it was sweet, but like, I mean, it's a predictable thing. And then also we didn't even really get to see the coming together moment. And for me, that was key. But I will say a saving grace of that is that it's very introspective. Okay, hi. Thorin has joined the chat. Yeah, hi baby. Okay. Okay. Hi. It was very introspective. It gives you like a good grasp and a good like message on how life is constantly changing and how it's okay to let go. It was very introspective and I did like that for that, but the other things were just a little bit more key for me, which is why I kind of make it like a 3.8. Otherwise, it was a good book. I do recommend it. Reading is an art and like literature is subjective. So many people can feel so many different things. So I would still recommend it. I'm definitely going to keep this because one, this is such a cute cover. So she's going to the library. I'm just saying, am I superficial? A little bit, but support the writer. She's a really good writer. I will say that. Make sure you're in the right mindset. I teared up a little bit at a scene. So it's just like, it will hit you in the feels. And if you're not sure you're ready for that, I would wait on that. Other than that, if you're ready, if you want to like get in the feels, this is a good book for that. Our next and last physical copy that I have that I will show you before I just start putting little covers on the screen is First Time Caller by BK Borison. I got this as a book of the month. I'm a little conflicted. I'm seeing conflicting things about them, but we're not going to get into that. That's not the point of the video. I mean, this is, oh my gosh. First, I love BK's like titles and I love her covers. This is so freaking cute. I love it. Anyways, so going into that, this was a 4.8 star for me. It wasn't exactly a 5-star because there was a little scene towards the end that I didn't really vibe with. And it was kind of like when we're at the build-up point, like the climatic part where they have like a huge conflict with each other. I didn't really like how that was played out. Obviously, I don't think it really deterred from me enjoying the book, but like it wasn't sitting with me right. So I'm just like, But oh my gosh, this was so fun to read. Like first, I really did love Aiden. And I loved Lucy too because it felt like she had such a grounded mentality. And maybe it's because she's a mom as well as a mechanic, which is so interesting in itself. I'm like, I love it. I love giving women occupations that they normally wouldn't be in. Would you ever see me as a mechanic? No, but that's not the point. Lucy is, and she's repping it for us. Yeah. I love the concept. The characters. Now, I don't think we got enough time with her best friend, but her ex and her child's father, Grayson. I loved his personality so freaking much. He was so fun. And I think their concept of a relationship and their backstory was very interesting. And I will say, I feel like there is still a little bit more I think we could have dove deeper into. Like we get a sliver of understanding her backstory and where Grayson comes from. All of that. I just feel like it could have gone more in depth, in my opinion. Maybe a couple more scenes. I feel like we only got like 2 scenes grazing the top. We didn't really get too deep into it, but maybe that was BK's point. Maybe she didn't want to get too deep into it. Maybe she wanted to be like, oh, they just have a good relationship. Like they knew this just really wasn't going to be a good fit for them. Which is totally a-okay, and I love that we can have like a healthy co-parenting as well as just like a beautiful friendship. Like they're still best friends. And I will say, I'm not like a big smut person, but I do like some spice in my stuff. Not all the time. I don't need to read it to enjoy a book, but it can be fun. And I feel like we didn't get like crazy amount of smut in my opinion. I feel like there was like the perfectly amount of scenes with it and it built up so well. Oh my gosh, it was good. It was good. And Lucy finally got to a point where she was allowing herself to have fun, and it was great. I love that. Overall, it was so much fun, but like it gives you that grumpy sunshine kind of vibe, and it was such a fun book. So I definitely recommend this one. Like, this was close to my 5 stars. Took the cake. I love it. All right, we need to hurry up, Victoria. You're talking too much. Okay. So going to the books that I don't have physically, but that I read on my Kindle and listened to in audiobooks, we have, first off, we've got my 5-star book that, like my pure 5-star for June. I'm so freaking hyped because I loved this book. Quick preface. Okay, I promise. Quick preface. Last year, I read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and that was my first book by her. I completely floored. It's one of my favorite books. I'm rereading it right now. That is just such a good summer vibe. And side characters, the male character, as well as the writing was so good. And so I was like, okay, I need to read more of her books because, like, hello, show your Kindle, Victoria. Anyways, okay, so we've got Alexis, who is a big city doctor, and then we've got Daniel, who's this like kind of like, he's like a jack of all trades. He's a mayor, he's a kind of like a farmer, he's a B&B like host person, manager. I love the growth that we get to see with both of them. Mainly Alexis. Not only does she really find herself, she, quick little spoiler, she got cheated on, so there's like a little bit of a cheating here. For me, cheating is a trigger. I don't want to read something that has cheating in the main plot. I actually just had like a mini conversation with someone on another a YouTube short about it. Like, if you like it, go off, girlfriend, go off. I just don't like it. It's a trigger for me because it's, past stuff, and it's a trigger. But if it happens to them before the story or on the side and it's not too much of the plot, that's fine. I can get through it because, you've got healing, you've got moving on, all that good stuff. She heals from that. And I think it's so interesting because all the characters, I think, get a little bit better from her choice to stick up for herself and to do what she wants. And it takes a while. It takes a while to get there, but I love it. And Daniel's life is also so freaking complex. I feel like a lot of times we don't get to see a lot of male main characters be complex. They're just like kind of there for the girl. They're here to just kind of like obsess about her and all that stuff, which is great. We love it. But like, I love it when my characters are fleshed out. It feels like they're real to me. And it's so funny that I say that, but I prefer like cartoon covers, like artistic covers. I don't know. But it felt so grounded. And even though I wouldn't say it was like an instant love, it was like, of course, like, after, like, they met, not instant attraction, because to me, I think instant attraction, I think, oh, they see each other, whoa, he's hot. I don't remember seeing something like that. I think it was more so after, like, seeing them for a little bit in that first situation, talking, I'm like, oh yeah, you're cute. And then kind of going from there. Not only was it fun, it also makes you think of, how not only to treat others, but how to treat yourself. And also, working to get what you want. Like, if you really want something, if you really love something and someone, you are going to do your best to get the best of both worlds. So I love this so much. I can't wait to get it physically. I will probably reread this in a couple of months because I just feel like I have such a huge TBR. There's ongoing books, but I have such a huge physical TBR that I need to read. So I'm probably gonna put this on the shelf. But I want to reread this. I highly, highly recommend Part of Your World. And I know it's been out for a bit. So I know I'm definitely, obviously I'm not the only one who said this. I'm not the only one who's talked about this. But it's so good. And if for some reason you haven't read it yet, you need to read Part of Your World. Oh my gosh, so good. Next was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. When I tell you the plot twist in this book, whoa. So I think I gave this also a 4.8 stars. It's just like the plot twists were crazy. Oh my God, they were crazy. But it was so much fun, and it's a young adult book. I highly enjoyed it. I read this one because I actually saw a TikTok of just like an overlay of images with the sound from the audiobook, which also the audiobook narrator, chef's kiss, she was so good. Rebecca Soler, I believe. so good. She sounds so captivating, and I'm like, you know what, let me go ahead and give this a try. Also, because I do have Once Upon a Broken Heart and I want to read it, and I've heard that it's a bit better if you read the Caraval series first, so you kind of have a little bit of a backstory. I've been told it's not necessary. You know, so if you want to read that series first, or if you have all that, you know. Last book that I read for June that I completed was The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. It was good. I did like it. I don't think I would reread it, but if you love Friends to Lovers, kind of like I love my fake dating tropes, don't I? I feel like I just love my fake dating tropes. I read them subconsciously without knowing. Anyways, so I give it 3 stars. So again, like I said, I liked it, but it felt very, I don't know. The main female character was not bad. I definitely think she was cool. She was cute. But there were also times where I'm like, okay, I know you like him, but calm down. And don't get me wrong, some of the parts she was justified for. But at the same time, it's like, you're the reason why a lot of people don't like dating people that have like another opposite gender best friend, because you're landing on a little thick girly. And again, it's more so, you know, you got miscommunication because like they could have been together, but then they weren't. It was a lot. I think my biggest gripe with the book though is the actual cheat sheet that comes up in the book. It's mentioned all the way in the epilogue. And I'm like, with it being the title, you would think it would have a bit more complexity to it. It was kind of like just seen as a cute, adorable thing, which isn't terrible. Like, that's not bad. But I was kind of hoping, like, I would think there would be a bit more build up with this. And we don't always need a third act breakup, right? We don't need that like huge conflict. But I feel like there wasn't a lot of it in this book. I feel like it felt very, I don't know, just like, okay, you know, I don't know. And I'm also not big on sport romances. I haven't read that many, but so I was just like, at the football part, I don't like football, so it was just like, okay. So it's like, I think that was my first Sarah Adams book as well, so I don't want to completely cross out her writing because practice makes perfect. I've been seeing that a little bit. That looks good. I love the plot of that, so I do want to give that a try. A couple of books by her I would like to give a try. I know there's a lot of people who do really like the cheat sheet, so definitely if the plot even intrigues you, I definitely recommend checking it out and seeing what you think, and maybe read a couple of chapters and then see if you want to continue. I would recommend it to people who love a good, soft, cute, like lighthearted romance. But if you like something where the characters are really fleshed out and that they have like a lot of purpose, like maybe this wouldn't be your necessarily read, because I probably won't pick it up again, but I would recommend it to people who kind of like those vibes. So it would still get a recommendation, just not to everybody, in my opinion. Okay, so those were my June reads. Let's go ahead and try to dive quickly into my upcoming July TBR that I want to try and tackle. So I'm just gonna hold up my, okay, I'm just gonna hold up my list. Okay, yeah. So this is 3 more than I did with my June reads. Let's start off with Savor It, because I've been reading this. Like, I started it in early June and I wanted to finish it in June, but like I just wasn't able to. My mind was just prioritizing other reads. I do like this book. So far, it's been so good. It's so fun. It's really cozy. I kind of like, I'm like, oh, I want to go to a campfire for some reason. I don't know. But I do enjoy this. So it's like me taking my time reading this is not a bad indicator at all. I love our 2 main characters. Our main male character, Fisher, he's complex and he's got his ish going on and he's trying to handle that. And then Sage has her own stuff. You know, she's trying to figure out, like, she likes a lot of other things. She's trying to come back from a stupid ex who chose her friend over her. And so it's like, it's a lot. Overall, I love it. It's small town romance. I would say, like, I don't know if I would say, I guess kind of grumpy sunshine, because Fisher is kind of like pessimistic, but like, it's just I love this by Julie Soto. Her quote is, "It's deliciously sexy. If Schitt's Creek and the Bear had a love child, it would be this book." I love that because I love Schitt's Creek. The Bear's alright. I haven't finished it, but it's so good so far. So I can't wait to finish it. I'm on chapter 17, so I should be finishing that soon. It's my priority for the week. But so we'll be finishing this. Okay, we've got The Husbands. Okay, so I talked about this when I was building my TBR cart. I picked this up in a bookstore in Mount Holly, Clary's bookstore. Shout out. And I just listen, okay? Just listen to me, right? Here's a quick synopsis. I won't get too much into it. When Lauren returns home to her flat in London late one night, she's greeted at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem. She's not married. What? And then here's another line, realizing that her attic is creating an infinite supply of husbands. You can't tell me that doesn't sound interesting. Like, what the heck? What do you mean? A supply of husbands? I just feel like I'm gonna laugh with this one. I'm so excited. Groundhog Day meets Bridget Jones' Diary. The Minneapolis Star Tribune. I'm so excited to read this one. It's just like the concept is driving me crazy. I'm so excited. Okay. Next up, we've got Never Been Shipped by Alicia Thompson. I love her writing so much. One of my favorite books, and that's by her, is Love in a Time of Serial Killers, which had me reeling. I love that one so much. Her writing is just so good. Premise of this one is also very interesting. Like, a band reunion may be enough to change two musicians' tune on love and this electric romance. I just felt like this would be like a nice summer read. It's giving like if you're going by the pool or the beach. I will probably not be doing that because, I mean, I have a pool. We live next to a pool, so maybe I'll utilize that, but like I prefer reading where there's no raw water to ruin my books, so I don't know. And it just seems fun. Like, I'm so excited, and I'm obsessed with the cover. So I'm really excited to read this one. I haven't heard anybody talking about this yet, which is crazy, and I could be missing it, so let me know. But this needs to be talked about already. I'm sorry. It needs to be. Is it bad? Is it good? What's up? So I'm gonna find out this month, and then I'll let you know in case somebody hasn't. And even if they do, I'll still let you know. Okay. All right, so next is Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I've heard so many good things about this so far. People are saying it's hilarious. It's making them kick their feet and giggle, which I love that feeling. So like literally she has to have like a fake marriage and like go to like a summer camp kind of place to have like marriage counseling. I'm like, huh? What? Also, just a moment for the sprayed edges. And it is crazy because she thought that she was going to be going into a bachelor pad atmosphere, but like everybody's happily married. And so now she's got to be married. Okay. When I tell you I am ready to read this, hold on. It's only like 421 pages. I don't know why I thought this would be more. I don't know. So I'm so excited to read this one. And it's gonna be, I think this is gonna be my first Megan book. So first Megan Quinn book. So I'm excited. I'm excited to join the train for that one. Gonna be great. Next one is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. We just talked about it. I love Abby. I love her writing so much. I think I say that and I've only read 2, but like it's the automatically auto-buy author for me now. And even though I got this before I got the other one that I read, I just love the cover. I really do. It's giving summer. It's giving let's go to the carnival. Like, it's giving cotton candy. I love it. I've been seeing some mixed things about this. I have, mainly because it seems like the love interest may have like a instant attraction thing, but like it's kind of just going back and forth. And I've heard somebody say how she compares the male character to Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses like a lot. And I'm like, I guess we'll see. I'll be the judge of that for myself. But like Rhysand be looking really good in my head. So I don't know if I'll care. So excited to read that, intrigued to see if I will agree with the positive reviews or if I'll agree with the negative reviews. Again, reading is subjective. We all have different things. And that's why when you like watch booktube, book talk, you know, bookstagram, if you can follow people who have the same taste as you, you'll probably always get good recs because you like what they like. But then again, you still may have some that you don't like from them. You may have some that you like that they don't like. It's gonna happen. We're humans. Next one we have is Summer in the City. I got the edition from Walmart mainly because Aster, she influenced me on her TikTok page saying that she couldn't find some of them to be gifting to friends. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go see if I can find it. And then I found it. And then I'm like, oh, well, I have to get it. And it is really cute. Like, first, it's different than the standalone. And then it has like a cute little mirror cup. You know, the ones that you see in like the show, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Office. Like, what? So I thought that was cute. I am excited to read it because I loved Lightlark. Like, I got this edition, this fancy edition of Lightlark. I finished Lightlark in like a day and a half, and then as soon as I found out that was the thing, I was like, I have to have it, and I got it. And I just found out that she's coming out with one for Nightbane later on in the year. I will be getting it. Yes, 100%. I will be pre-ordering it. Yes, I will. And so her writing a rom-com, I'm like, oh, well, I like her writing. We'll see if I like her romance writing, because, you know, as somebody who reads and writes romance and fantasy, your writing can kind of play the same in both genres, but like you do have to amp up different parts because you're in a different genre. So I am intrigued to see how she plays with that. So yeah. Next we've got the Wedding People. What? So I actually got this from a thrift haul from Goodwill. If you didn't see my short a couple of weeks ago, I got this for $1.39. Yeah. $1.39. You heard that right, people. What? I'm excited to read this mainly because my coworker was talking about it. She thought it was going to be like a fun summer rom-com book, and it definitely is not. I've heard that the main female character, or I guess the main character, I don't know if there's a romance, she goes to a certain hotel to unalive herself, sadly, and there's a wedding happening, and then she kind of gets invested into the life of the wedding people and the wedding party, and I think it makes her change her mind. I don't know officially, that's what I'm going off of what I've heard. She said that this would be like really good for like if you're wanting to be like in a heavier mindset, maybe like a any kind of cold summer night that you can get. This definitely gives me like, I want to be on the beach like at night, but like you can't read at the beach at night unless you had a reading light. So like that's like based on her opinion on that, like that's what it was giving me. So definitely probably read this like when I'm like in the mindset, like this I probably will take a little bit longer to finish this. I think I can get this done in July, but it may take me like maybe a couple weeks to get through it if it's heavy, because I don't want to be in that mindset all the time. But if the writing is really good, I may flow by. Well, I don't know. I've never read Alison's Alison Espach. Alison Espach. Espach. Correct me, please. But I've never read her work, so I could fly through it, and then I'm like, oh damn, I was in the fields all day. That's fun. Next up we've got is The Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. Another $1.39 book for me. Yes, I got this for $1.39 from Goodwill. Wow. I think somebody either they didn't like the books or they just like needed to unhaul some books, and they were like, yeah, they can go. And I'm like, I'm not mad at it. I've again heard mixed reviews about this, so I'm excited to see if I'm gonna feel positive or negative about it. I think the premise is very interesting because they, like three estranged sisters, return to their family home in New York after the beloved fourth sister's death. So it seems very like it's gonna be complex, and I do like literary fiction, but I do strive primarily towards romance and then fantasy. So I do like the fact that I'm gonna be reading this because like I do like expanding what I like reading, and we're gonna see if this lives up to the hype. So the next one that I am actually currently reading, I already started it, is Shonen Sparrow. That is good. It is good. So far, I'm really enjoying that. I everybody and their mom was talking about how much they've loved it so far. And I'm like, I need a good fantasy book right now. Like, come on, give it to me. And so far I am liking it. I feel like I'm very captivated because like I feel like I sense something that isn't clicking with our main character yet. I don't think it's obvious, but I feel it. So should be happening very soon. We'll see. I'm very intrigued by her possible love interest and how it's playing out. I will say he's very aggressive. Like, geez. Like, I don't know if it's a good aggressive either. Like, it's kind of annoying aggressive. Like, okay, calm down, boy. Can you stop? But I don't know. Maybe she's just writing a realistic man in his time and his area. Obviously can't give a full review of that, but that is something that I should hopefully have complete either by the end of this week or next week. So we'll see. When you're watching this, I will probably have finished it. That's to say for sure. Next one that I'm going to be reading is the Amalfi Curse. I've heard that it is good. I don't know too much about it, but I'm like, other than that, it's magical realism and that it's by the author that wrote The Lost Apothecary, which I also need to read, but that one received really great reviews. So I'm intrigued because your girl loves Europe, and I haven't been to the Amalfi Coast yet, but hopefully I will be able to do that in the next couple of years. For summertime, I'm like, yes, give me Amalfi. I'm on the coast of Italy. I'm on the coast of France. Like, let's go. So I'm intrigued to see how that's gonna go. Okay, that was my 9 books on my TBR that I'm gonna be reading during July. Yeah, I think it's doable. It depends on how distracted I will get with life. If you didn't watch my last video, or if you're interested, I am working on trying to get to my first draft of my rom-com novel done by the end of the year. So I will be working on that, and so that will take up some of my time. And also I have a full-time job, and also like there's a couple of ideas I want to do for the channel that I'm really excited about that I'm going to be working on very soon, and so that's going to take some time. So it's like in the midst of producing reading content and writing content, I also like have to do the reading and writing, and so it's like it's going to be a very delicate balance at the same time of being able to have time with my friends, family, and my immediate family now, which are my pets and my boyfriend, now that we live together. So we're gonna see how that all happens. If I don't end up finishing everything, that's fine. I can move it on to the next month, or maybe I can pause and move it to another month. Like again, reading's not a competition. This is just my goal. This is just what I want to do, where I want to go. Reading on these reading journeys, like each book is like a new world, and I can't wait to step into all of them. And even if that doesn't happen this month, I can read it another month. So let me know what's on your TBR for July. Do you do TBRs? You're just like, I kind of pick up what I pick up, and it is what it is. And I get that. I 100% get that. But let me know if that's the case. What are you reading? I'm very curious to know. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Let me know what you're currently reading or what you're going to be reading this month. And if you liked what you saw, if you liked what you heard, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join the channel with me. I think what I've been loving mostly, and I promise I'll end the video. I promise. Let me just say this one thing. I've been loving about the book community, aside from the drama that's been popping off, like especially on Book Talk, we're not going to get into that. I love how so many people here are so open, nice, and fun, and writers and readers alike. I feel like I've been able to meet some awesome people so far and talk to some people, and I hope to continue that. Like, I really want to like grow and delve into it, and not even just like for like being an author purposes, like to have an audience for that, like to genuinely have readers who genuinely like who I am and like vibe with me as well as my writing, and then vice versa. Like, I want to meet other writers, I want to meet readers, like, and I want to actually and like, did you guys hear about BookCon? I'm so freaking excited. When it comes out to get my ticket, I am getting it. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. But I'm like, this upcoming year is gonna be awesome, and I'm so excited for July. But long-winded thing to say, if you want to stick around for the journey, my writing journey, my reading journey, please hit subscribe. Let me know if you also have a channel, a book talk, a bookstagram, so I can follow you back. I'm big on following back because I genuinely feel like this is such a good community and I want us to take away the whole book talk drama thing. I want us to really thrive in it, because the fact that books and reading and writing can be so solitary, to be able to come together and actually be able to talk about everything and connect and share ideas and learn about other people's mindsets is very important. So hit subscribe if you vibe with all that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.